Hello everyone, this is Mr. Berg and I'm going to go through our iPad Initiative Orientation meeting today. This is a mandatory meeting that all students need to view before receiving their iPad. Talk a little bit about our iPad Initiative. The goals of the initiative, first of all, are to accelerate and enhance your learning, to leverage technology to personalize instruction for our students, to promote collaboration and increase engagement in the classroom, to strengthen the 21st century skills that kids need for their future, and then to provide equity for everyone. To give everyone the same device is a pretty powerful thing to do within a school. Those are the 5 goals we have for this initiative. Some of the common apps that you're going to use this year are located on this screen with Schoology in the center. Schoology is going to be the most common app that you use. You'll use it every day in all of your classes. Along with Notability. Notability is our app to annotate or write on PDF documents that are sent to you by your teacher. Keynote, iMovie, Google, Pages, Explain Everything, and iTunes will all be used. iTunes U is used for you to access all of your textbooks, most of which will be able to be housed on the iPad. A little bit of overview. Why the iPad? We picked the iPad for a lot of reasons after a lot of research, primarily because it's an all-in-one device. We can use it as a notepad, we can use it as a textbook, we can use it as a resource, we can use it to create, we can use it to access the internet, a whole host of reasons. It's important to remember that this is a school-owned device. The school is investing about $400 per student with this initiative for this iPad. You need to take care of it, but it is a school-owned device and the school always has access to it. Digital footprint. Just want to re-emphasize how important it is to be conscious of your digital footprint. Anything that you publish or post online, any picture that you put online, anything that you write online or type online, never goes away, even if you delete it. Somewhere, somehow, someone is snapshotted that, recorded that, and everything that you put online can be accessed by someone. So you need to be very conscious of your digital footprint and what you leave behind you online. And then fourth, with the school owning the iPad, we also have full access to it. Our tech support staff, with the software we have, can access and know exactly what apps are on every single iPad and what students have tried to put on there or put on there. Please understand that and be conscious of that when you make the choices and decisions that you do. The iPad protection plan. Every student will need to sign and turn in one of these protection plan agreements before they get their iPad. There are different options, insurance type options to protect students and families if there is damage with the iPad. Again, your parents are going to have to read through this and sign one of the options, and you'll have to turn that in tonight. Care of the iPad. The iPad is your responsibility. Do not throw or drop it. That's an obvious one. Even if you have it in a bag, do not drop that bag on the ground or toss that bag. You can't assume that just because the iPad's in a bag, it's not at risk of being damaged. So just be cautious with that. Don't mess with other students' iPads without their permission. It's not your iPad, it's theirs, and if they don't give you permission to use it, don't touch it. And then pictures and video. If you're doing something for a class, you're recording, taking pictures, make sure you ask permission and get permission from a student before you take video of them or a picture of them. That's a common courtesy and that's an expectation we have. iPad chargers. The iPad chargers are not included in the protection plan. Students are expected that a charger, if well maintained, can last easily 3 years. Some things that you can do to help protect your charger: do not wrap the cord around the charger. That causes that cord to be damaged. And don't just yank the cords in and out of the iPad or in and out of the wall socket. Be careful with those cords. If you're careful with them, they'll last a long time. Also, you can only use an Apple charger. Do not use a secondary market charger on the iPad. You'll be expected at the end of our year, when you turn the iPads in, that you turn in an Apple charger. That's the only thing that we will accept. And then finally, bring your iPad fully charged every day. Get in the routine or habit every night, whether it's in your living room or your kitchen, to plug in your iPad before you go to bed at night, so when you wake up it's 100% charged. You bring that into school. Create that habit and routine. Cases. We have new cases this year. We feel good about the cases. They're very sturdy. Around the perimeter they're going to be very strong, even around the back, and when they're sealed and closed, they will protect the iPad very well. Also, when you open these iPads with the cases, you still have access to the glass, which allows students to use the iPad in a much easier way than some of the past cases we've had. The one challenge with that is when it is open, the glass is exposed, so you need to be very careful with that. When you're not using the iPad, make sure you close the cover to keep it protected. Never remove the iPad from the case. The case is it's not easy to put the iPad in the case, and if kids try to remove it, it's very easy to damage the iPad. If you need to, for whatever reason, get at the iPad, bring it up to our tech support and have them look at it. Use microfiber cloth to clean the iPad, and do not spray any cleaning solution on the iPad. Easiest ways to clean the screen. If you have any damage with your iPad, bring it to the tech support area immediately. Do not wait. Take care of that right away. And if it is damaged, you must report it. Do not hold on to it. That forces us to question why you did not turn it in earlier. If a teacher sees a cracked screen and you have not turned it in, it makes us wonder, why didn't you turn it in? Was it accidental? Was it not accidental? So make sure that you do report that as soon as something does happen. iPad etiquette. These classroom posters will be in every single classroom this year. It's pretty simple. 4 rules. I'm going to go through them with you. First of all, be responsible. Your iPad is a tool for learning. Use it for that. Create that positive digital footprint we talked about. Bring your iPad charged to class every day. Check Schoology and school email regularly. We will communicate often through Schoology, through the notifications, and also through email. It's a student's expectation to check Schoology and check email on a daily basis. Use the Schoology calendar when you have to miss class, or if you want to see what's going on in class. Teachers will keep that updated. Second rule, be respectful. Give your full attention to the teacher and other students when they're talking. Listen to and follow directions about iPad use from your teacher. Every teacher will have different routines and procedures with the iPad. Students are expected to follow them with each class. And again, record, photograph others only with permission. Be focused. Turn off any distracting notifications so they don't pop up or make a sound in the middle of class. Devote your time and attention to learning. No games, texting, messaging, etc. when you're in class. Consequences will come from the classroom teacher if that happens. And we'll talk about what those consequences may be in a little bit. And be present. Give your full attention to those who are with you in class. The people in the class are way more important than your iPad. Student agreement form. To the right here is the second form that all students have to turn in before they receive their iPad. The student and the parent must sign. It lists 18 things that the student agrees to, most of which we've already talked about. You must agree to and follow the policies. Below, at the bottom of this, you'll have the different district policies that relate to the use of the iPad or technology. Those are all located online. And you must also agree and follow the iPad handbook, which is also located online. That's much more thorough and more detailed. So please make sure you look at that, sign that, and you'll need that turned in before you get your iPad. iPad security. A lot of things that we do to really try to keep this iPad and your iPad secure. The school is filtered, so the content that comes through the school should be appropriate. The user agreement that you sign gives the school understanding of what you have agreed to use this iPad. The protection plan protects families for accidental breakage. Student passcode. We ask that all students put a passcode on their iPad so when they're not using it, if someone else were to open it up, they cannot access the iPad without that passcode. The Find My iPad app, the icon is on the screen in front of you. If you misplace your iPad, you can't find it. We've used this iPad a few times every year to locate an iPad, and it's really come in handy. If parents don't have filters at home, there's options for that. And if you're a student in grades 7 through 9, the App Store will start the year as being closed. With that, grades 7 through 9, as I just mentioned, will not have access to the App Store. Do not attempt to bypass the App Store in any way. Again, remember, we can look and see exactly what's on your iPad at any time, what apps are there, and if we see something that's not supposed to be there, there'll be consequences for that. On the other hand, we're going to have over 100 apps preloaded on student iPads in grades 7 through 9. If you have an idea for an app, an educational app, something that is meaningful and appropriate, let us know. We're open to adding things to the iPad that are going to make your experience and our teachers' ability to teach better. So let us know if you have ideas. And then grades 10 through 12 will have access to the App Store. Any apps that are added must obviously be appropriate apps. Will be disciplined for misuse. And App Store and course grades, we will be monitoring course grades. And if student grades do start to slip, we'll have a process at the end of each quarter. And one of those steps might be to eliminate the App Store on that student's computer. Common consequences for any misuse. First and foremost, if you're an older student, the App Store will be taken away. iPad privileges can be removed, so students are only able to check those out daily. Detention and or suspension for more serious offenses, and other consequences may occur as well. And as I mentioned, for poor grades, we will look at removing the App Store. We want kids to be successful with this initiative. We don't want the iPad to be a distraction. And in summary, this is a great tool. We are very excited about this iPad initiative. We're very excited about Schoology and all the changes that have happened. We ask that students use it appropriately, treat the iPad as if it were your own, take care of it, and give us feedback. If things are going great, let us know. If something isn't going as great or you have an idea for something that can help, let us know as well. So with that, the next steps to get your iPad, you have two pieces of paper that need to be turned in, the iPad Protection Plan Agreement and the Student and Parent Agreement. Once you turn those forms in with any check that you may have, you'll follow the next steps to get your iPad. With that, just want to thank everyone, and here's hopes to a wonderful school year. Thank you.